on the playoff hole there yesterday. So let's see. So we're man, I'll tell you what, it must be nice to get to lay around in Hawaii for a couple of weeks playing golf and pulling down those 7-figure paychecks, eh?
Yeah, for sure.
I hope everybody is joining the Birdies and Bourbon show. We can't wait to get into what's going on. I feel like we've been recording all day, Dan, even though we haven't. But let's see. What I did over the weekend, Dan? I didn't do much of anything.
Really?
I did a lot of Instagramming. I was talking with a lot of our followers. I want to say thanks so much for all the feedback. They're definitely kind of ringing in and giving us some good stuff of what they don't like. Dan, you and I have to have a conversation after the show. Let's see. Salty and
I got your resignation letter. I'm not going to accept it.
Let's see. Oh, we got some good shipments in of some. We're going to have some rum tastings coming up. So I'm looking forward to those. And hey, this ain't no damn pina colada stuff. This is this is rum in a glass neat. This is nice. Bourbon Sippers rums. So I really appreciate who we got. We got Montana rum and Montana Colorado rum. And we got the Real McCoy dropped us some stuff. Guess what? Barney, it wasn't actually Barney, but BGT. The stability putter I wish I had it closer. I'd just show you the box because I've got it boxed up. I'm getting my putter reshafted. So I'm getting the stability putter, and we're going to have Barney Adams on the show in a few weeks to talk about his latest invention or release of the stability putter. So that should really be solid. Where do we go? I went to the Winery 2 liquor store last week, and they hooked me up with a couple of single barrel finished Eagle Rares. Too bad I already sent Kesler his tasting, or I would have included a sample of the single barrel. So Kes, on the next show that we do, if we make it past this one, which I think we will. If we made it past the first one and we're going to do it again, I feel like we're going to make it past this one. So we're going to get that one in the hopper. That's going to be fun to do some single barrel Eagle Rare tasting. And
that'll be fun. That's going to be fun. Yeah.
It's going to be a blast, man. Are you kidding me? And I'll probably send. So I had to buy O'Geel. He sold me in a lot. So I had to buy a lot of 3, but it was fine. I did. And we probably will do all store finishes on that pick. So I'll get those bottled up and send them to you. Oh, by the way, Dan, did you get your neat glass?
I did not get a neat glass.
Did you get your pack? Did you get your package?
I did get a package. No neat glass.
Okay, now there's lots of wrapping in there. So you do.
Yes, I went through all the wrapping.
I wonder if those things are getting swiped. I wonder if somebody's looking through those packages.
I'm sure.
Smell. I shouldn't. I don't want to say that because that's accusing somebody of stealing. But I'm not accusing anybody of taking anything. I'm just saying, smell your postman's breath.
Oh, good Lord.
You should have gotten 72 bottles. How many did you get?
I got 73.
Oh, well, in that case, he traded you an extra bottle for a neat glass. Perfect. I like the way this
bartering
is going.
System going on.
I like the way just barter on your own.
Oh gosh.
Let's see. So what else happened? I did not get a chance to all the golf courses were closed, dude. It was like 39 and raining. Like,
really?
Even if they would have been open, like, I don't know who's going out and playing in that shit. I don't know why they would. So I elected not to. You know what I did? I went and did a little, what did we do? We had some recording time, with our good friend Busta.
Mm-hmm.
We got some audio for the Speakeasy Barrel Club. So when we start dropping these barrel picks, we've got a good release for those. So that should be fun. We got to get a hold of Mickey, man. I know, I hear you. We got to get a hold of Mickey, and we got to get him on the show for Bourbon and a Movie.
Yeah.
Hey, hold on. What is your If you got a new hat.
Ooh, look at that. Look at that Sweetens hat. Oh yeah.
Sweetens. Is that Sweetens Cove?
No, it's Sweetens for iced tea.
Oh, hey, unsweet, maybe a hint of lemon. Everybody should be excited to know we've got, we did have a recording with Rob Collins and from King Collins, golf architecture. Shit, it could be design. You get the point. Sweetens Cove, right? And soon to be Landman. But we had a really, really awesome time chatting with Rob and talking about kind of what he, why golf course design. What does he think about Sweetens? He told us what his favorite club was in the bag. And then, yeah, I don't know. Dan may have ruined the show after that, but that's TBD. Listen in and see.
Well,
see
I
if
tried. I tried.
See if Dan does it.
If it didn't go completely off the wheels, we're definitely coming in on 2.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Let's see. I'm trying to think of what else. If anything else has happened, I talked about.
Well, we got an exciting show coming up in another week or so with Rochester.
Oh, we do have a little tasting. Oh, so that is, I think we may have mentioned this earlier, but we're going to start doing, I don't know. So Dan got his shipment today. So we're probably on next week's DraftKings show. We're probably going to incorporate a blind tasting into that. I don't know how that's going to go. It could go really good and we could have a really good time and our DraftKings picks could suck, or it could go really bad and our DraftKings picks could suck. So, and I'm thinking like, I don't know, but, so by the way, I did make some money this weekend. I didn't bring the cash cow home, but I didn't lose. So that's a positive. Of course I didn't have JT in my lineup.
No.
I didn't have Harris English in my lineup, but I did kind of some middle of the road stuff and, it actually didn't work out too. I didn't lose money. Let me,
you had Harris English.
I did have Harris English. You're right. I did. You're right. Yeah. Sorry. I had Harris. I had, I've got my phone over there doing something different.
P. Reed.
I did have P. Reed. I was expecting a little more out of P. Reed last week. I mean, he didn't play bad. Don't get me wrong, but he was like 13.
That was the primary.
14.
You probably had other lineups too. You played.
Yeah. No, but in my primary, but in my primary, I won money. I didn't lose anything. So, yeah, I mean, it was positive. It just wasn't, you know who I had? Mackenzie Hughes. He really drugged me down, man. That guy, I mean, without that guy, and there was probably another 6 or 8 people I could have picked, and nothing against Mackenzie. I'm just saying there were people that were same price range I could have picked that would have, I could have won some serious cash. So that one wasn't bad. I'm trying to think if we've gotten any other. We got Catoctin Creek coming up. I'm excited to talk with those guys. We got. So apparently, Dan, you weren't quite as offensive as you thought you were.
Really?
Brett is coming on. Not Brian, but this time we've got Brett coming on from Sagamore. We're going to be doing. I'm not going to tell you what we're doing yet. So maybe you did offend Brian, and Brett's like, let me see if I can make this shit right. But so we got Brett coming on from Sagamore in a few weeks, and we're gonna do we're gonna do another one of their finishes. So I'll leave it at that. I don't want to get too deep into what we're doing. Leave a little something to be pulled in. I'm really excited about getting in on these rums, man. These are gonna be some sweet rum Negronis for sure. I'm gonna send the WM Brown Project a couple of these rum samples for them to showcase on their sites.
Cool.
He's a fan of a rum roni. I mean, come on.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Let's see. So who we talked about? Rob. We got. I hope Adamski gets offended by everything we said about him on that show. By the way, mostly you. Mostly you.
Yeah, but good cup, bad cup kind of thing, you know. Dan's always bad cup. Speaking of, are you taking points tonight?
Boy, I hope so.
-9, Alabama favored.
Yeah, I'm taking the points.
You are? Okay.
Taking the points.
Hmm.
What do you think? No? Are you not?
I think so. Yeah.
I think it's gonna.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be. I mean, if you're an Alabama, I mean, I'm a fan of. Let me not go down there. I was gonna say. I'm for the SEC team to win, but as far as the spread goes, I mean, I think that I'm like, they could be in for a little bit of an eye opener here. I think it's going to be it's going to be aggressive in the sense of what's getting ready to happen. It's going to be aggressive, and if they're not ready, well, I don't know. I mean, they should look out. So, hold on. Did you win money last weekend?
No.
No. All right. So Dan lost some money last weekend.
Yeah. My lineup. Yeah. I mean, let's see. I had recently here. Let's see who killed me last week.
Munoz killed you.
Yeah. It wasn't that bad. He was T17. He wasn't that bad.
I know, but no. I'm not saying about where he finished. He just didn't score any freaking points.
Yeah.
That's the thing. And he didn't score. I mean, he didn't finish bad, and he finished with a reasonable score. What was he, 5 off the leader? But it was the fact that he made too many bogeys, and he just didn't score.
Yeah, you know who got me last week was Mackenzie Hughes, just like you, and then Finau didn't do well last week. So yeah, and I thought Finau was going to do well last week. So, are you frozen on me?
Let's see. I'm not frozen. Are you frozen?
You're back. Yeah.
Hola. I feel like that cat in the window. I feel like Amanda's little cat that just waves its hand.
So it was Finau. That got me last week with Mackenzie Hughes. Those are
yeah. All right. You know, and I just got this new router too. It's like a 1-in-1 thing, and I've upgraded they're charging me like $40 more for my internet now. I don't know why this is an issue.
Did they sell you on it was going to make you look thinner?
They did. They said, yeah, they said you're going to talk a lot faster and you're going to lose about 20 pounds. And I'm like, I don't know if I can afford to lose 20 pounds. Like this could really be a problem if I lose 20 pounds. I don't know if I'll be able to talk.
It's true. It's a good point.
But then I trimmed my beard down and I'm like, oh shit. Well, there's 12 of it. Okay. Well, I see what you're talking about.
There you go. Taste of Hawaii.
Let's see. Let's go to Hawaii. Let's go to Hawaii. We're moving away from Maui and we're heading to Waialae Country Club, par 70, just over 7,000 yards. We're still putting on Bermuda grass, which is definitely going to be a big factor here this week. The 2021 Sony Open past winners, 2020 Cameron Smith, Matt Kuchar, Patton Kazire, Justin Thomas, Fabian Gomez, and Jimmy Walker. And Jimmy Walker's back in the field this week. Jimmy, still waiting to come on. Jimmy, we're still waiting on that date, bud. So feel free. Here's the thing that's going to happen. So this is going to play a little bit different from last week, from Kapalua, in the sense that, so last week we had big wide fairways, we had no trees, and they were just bombing away, and the wind was pretty light last week. So we're moving over to a different island. We are going to be tree lined this week, which I don't think that's going to be a huge factor from a driving perspective. I think that what that's going to do is it's going to keep people probably inbounds because they're going to hit trees. Now, they may be a little farther back if they're hitting them, but the rough is not going to be penal at all this week. So I don't think that's going to be a challenge whatsoever. The one thing that could change, though, is, and Dan and I are not going to be this decisive on our picks, at least not on mine. I looked at last year, I looked at last week, and I looked at who's played the Tournament of Champions, who's played the Sony, who's played the Island course as well, and who played well last week. But I mean, I guess if you wanted to dig in a little deeper and you want to kind of scroll through, what is it? Who's driving the ball extremely well? I'm probably going to steer away from one of my favorites this week because I think there's a chance that he's going to be hitting lots of long irons in, and this is going to be a ball strikers golf course. A lot of what we saw last week Look at Niemann, look at English, look at Morikawa. I mean, all those guys were striking the ball very, very well. The greens are going to be smaller than they were last week, and I don't think we're going to see as much undulation. And I think this is going to factor into if they run split tees, which they could. So last week we had a very short field. What do you have, like 40-ish, 45, 6, 7 people, less than 50. And it was a no cut field. This week, we are going to have a cut field. And the first 2 days, if they're running double tees, meaning teeing off on the 10th and teeing off on the 1st and teeing off on the 10th, I think that's going to have a factor, because I think the wind is going to change up on some people. And I think it's going to circle if they're teeing off on T1. I think that's the most advantageous. I think if you're teeing off on T10, you're going to get if it's windy, which it wasn't very windy last week. If it's windy, I think that you're going to get wind on T10. And I think by the time you get around to T1, the wind is going to have switched around, and you're going to also be getting wind on T1. And now the people that teed off on T1, teeing off T10 are going to be out of the wind. I hope that confused the hell out of you. By the way, if it did, this is brought to you by Chattanooga Whiskey 91 Proof. Keeping it easy tonight. That way we can just sip easy and explain that windage stuff. But here's the other side: is we didn't see a lot of wind on Maui. So, I mean, maybe it's going to be fine. I don't know. Let's see. Again, ball strikers. It's going to be, it's going to be people like JT. It's going to be people like DJ. Dan, why are they in your lineup?
Damn it.
Oh, because they were the least expensive people out there?
Exactly.
Yeah, because they're not playing, Dan. They're relaxing. Those guys are resting and enjoying their time off. So I wouldn't say we've got a limited field this week. I would say that there's definitely quite a few people missing. However, we've seen these lineups before, over the past, 6 or 8 months. We've seen these kind of lineups. So I wouldn't say that it's a short field by any means. I'd say it definitely puts you in a position. I mean, depending on how you bet, if you go for, do you go for the ringers? Did you bet JT last week? I mean, you clearly shouldn't have bet JT last week, because there were definitely people that outscored him for a lot less money. So I'm taking that approach this week. I am not betting ringers. Dan's got DJ in his line. He's got Dusty in his lineup twice. And then he's got Maui Wowie in his lineup once. I don't know.
It's true.
He's not even a player. It's just like a plant. And then JT, I don't know. Can we go down that road? We go down. No, we're not going down that road.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going down that road. I mean, pick it up, man. Come on. But hey, again, this is why when they say, hey, we want to mic you up, and they're like, hey, I'm out here earning a living. I don't want to be mic'd up. Exactly. I don't know. Take it as you will. I'm not saying, hey, right's right and wrong's wrong. And, there you go. So we'll leave that as this is not a political show, but,
you think he's going to get like a Happy Gilmore moment when they're going to call him in and say, hey, listen, JT, we need you to clean it up out there.
What do you mean? What do you mean? You mean another one?
I mean,
yeah, he probably got suspended for like a week because of that. That's probably the reason he's probably like, hey, I'm scheduled to play. Why not?
Yeah.
He's in detention. He's got the dunce hat on.
We got good news and bad news, JT. Yeah. What's the good news? We got you a net jet. What's the bad news? You're going home.
It's waiting. The fuel is burning. It's waiting. Let's see. All right. So lots of ways we can do this. You know what? I'm happy for golf to be back. I don't even feel like golf really ended. I don't know. Maybe it's because we're having Dan's. So here's the one thing I do want to know. So Dan's like, we got too many shows. I can't get to bed on time.
It's not true. It's not true.
Can we cut back on the amount of shows?
I didn't.
We're having way too. Yeah. I don't know. Like my thing just like completely wiped out and came back on.
Yeah, you froze when you were starting to complain about my too many shows.
Oh, so you froze me.
No, I didn't freeze you.
Are we back on? Are we back
Yeah,
on?
no,
Oh,
we
yeah.
didn't leave.
Was I still talking?
No, go. But it dropped up after you were talking about how I was complaining we had too many shows.
Oh, Dan wasn't complaining, by the way. That was just
No.
a joke. But no, I was just saying if you if you do, we'd love for you to drop in. Is there anybody that you want to see that you haven't seen? We've got a lot of shows coming up. We're booked up through March or April, I believe. So we've got a lot of good spirit companies that are coming on, and we've got a lot of good golf dialogue coming on, courses, product, architects, players, caddies. I mean, it's
We got a lot of fun coming up.
A lot of fun. These blind samples are going to be interesting. I hope we can weave enough golf content in there to go through these blind samples. I mean, if not, at least we'll weave enough in there. Trust us. We'll get it weaved in, and we'll get some golf content out of there. But we're really looking forward to Q1. I mean, we're knee deep in it. But what I'm pissed off about is I don't know how I'm going to have time to actually go play golf.
Oh, you always find time.
Aha! Try the soup. Try the soup. All right. So
rule number 1.
Try the soup. Where's the spoon? All right. So hold on. I digress from you threw me off course, Dan. Once again,
I did.
Hawaii? This Hawaii thing. Yeah, you tripped me up again. We've already told people where we are. We're playing in Hawaii, and here's where we go. I made money last week. Dan did not. However, that's not normally the case. Oh, and by the way, if you're listening, let's see. I'm going to ask Dan if he wants to keep up with this. So we did have a comment last week about listeners had multiple listeners that wanted to do the one and done with us. So we can do that. I think we can keep up with it. You need to DM us. No, actually, we'll do it on our page. So when we post our DraftKings picks on Instagram and Twitter, you can respond. I'll write in there what to do. It'll be like hashtag one and done. And then we got to keep up with that though, Dan. How do you feel about that?
Well, I guess the concern would be that, well, I mean, it's the beginning of the season. If they want to do it, they can.
No, I mean, if they miss one, then, and you just miss one. Like I can't
they
tell.
Already missed, like, since after the tour championship last year. So they lost.
Yeah.
So it's like,
well, we could start over from a giveaway.
A giveaway. Okay.
We could do like a bottle of Weller Special Reserve, and we could start it on this show because
sure.
This is kind of because we didn't count last week as a one and done. I know we did a couple others, but we could do this week as the giveaway for the fan. You're not getting shit anyway. You could, hey, by the way,
I got you.
Did
you want to start? Go ahead. What?
Did you get your neat glass?
I think it's in one of those blind tastings.
Oh, right. That's exactly where it's at. Or maybe we're giving your neat glass away to
but we are.
No, hold on. So let's start it this week. So we'll do a one and done. And I mean, hey, listen, it's a giveaway. If you feel like you get robbed or it wasn't fair, it's a giveaway. I mean, we'll do another one. So I'm not being a dick about it. I'm just saying like if you miss a week or something happens or whatever, we can't manage that. So this is like no holds barred, whatever Dan records goes, and we'll keep it as fair as possible, depending on how much we drink.
AKA, if you beat us, we probably not going to see your pick.
It's a good point. It's a good point. We do get bitter about stuff like that. So no, but I think that's
No, it's fine. It's fine.
I think we can. I think we can run that, right? We'll just have to. Yeah, I think that'll be.
I already got mine ready to roll this week.
Oh, me too. All right, so getting into it. Let's see here. Webb Simpson, is he in your lineup?
No.
He ain't mine either. But I mean, for 11,000. I mean, for whew, I can't afford that guy. However, that could be. He ain't going to be my pick for one and done either. But Harris English.
I don't think you have. Well, unless we're starting over again. I was trying to say I don't think you have Webb Simpson left, buddy.
Did I pick it? Where did I pick him at?
You
RSM?
picked Webb Simpson at the Shriners.
No, not for this year.
Yeah, this one we started at Safeway US Open.
Yeah, not for this year.
That's all 2021 season. If we're going to start over again, we can start over.
Oh, no. That's fine. That's fine. We can keep ours running.
Yeah.
But didn't he win?
Webb Simpson did win. Yeah. So you already got your one. Okay. You already no, not that one. He didn't win that one.
Yeah, it's fine. He won enough.
You won DJ at the Masters.
I did win it. I mean, I don't know why. I don't know why. Who didn't pick DJ for the Masters? That's what I don't know.
Yeah,
okay. No. All right. So, I got no Webb. I got no English, but back-to-back winners, even though he does play well in Hawaii, I got nothing. You can go next because you got the C-Man.
I do have Colin Morikawa. I liked what I saw last week. Let me get him pulled up here. Yeah, you were going kind of quick on that.
I know. Good pick.
Century Tournament Champion, 7th last week, 69, 65, 65, 73 were his rounds. Last 24 rounds in this field, he's coming in at $10,600. He shots gained total 36, tee to green 5th, ball striking, which you were highlighting a minute ago, 11th in this field. Around the green 6th, putting at 117. Not looking too good there. DraftKings pins points 45th, 45. But I just like what I saw last week, man. I think it's starting to click for him. He had that major win. I think that was a lot for him to take on, and I think he's starting to find his groove again.
Yeah, I went with a different strategy, and I couldn't afford Colin. But just let me say, in 2020, he placed 7th in the Tournament of Champions, and he placed 21st in the Sony. So, hey, I don't think that there's anything wrong with that pick, even though it is $10,600. Joaquin Niemann, I don't have anybody for a few ways. Let me see who my most pricey fella is here. I need to edit. Sorry. Yeah, I got to go a good ways down to get a hold of a mate. So I don't have Niemann.
I liked the way he played last week, man. That playoff and all. Yeah.
I like the way Niemann played too. I don't have him. Bermuda is not necessarily his best greens, which kind of showed last time he missed that putt. And he played. I mean, I think he has a good ball flight. What I do like about it, I mean, he came in 2nd last week, just across the water, and I do think that he's potentially a good play because if it's windy, I think his ball flight's good for the wind. I think the way he hits the ball kind of low and kind of sharp into it. However, last year, 57th at the Sony, he did place 5th at the Tournament of Champions though. So, and I don't think he should have been here this year. I think he got in on an exception. I could be wrong about that, but.
Well, the thing about Niemann this week is, like we saw with Morikawa when he played in Texas, the first time back up the COVID break. After that kind of playoff, and you don't win that, is that going to take some wind out of you the week after? I think it does. Yeah.
Oh, by the way, did we mention Fantasy National? If we haven't mentioned Fantasy National, I'd love to have a drink with Fantasy National. Fantasy National, cheers. And by the way, we'd like to have you on the show sometime to talk about why your stats and your websites and strokes gained are so awesome.
That's true.
Definitely helped me not lose any money last week. Dan just didn't know what he was looking at.
That's true.
Here's to Fantasy National. Cheers.
What an ad.
Dan is definitely going to delete. If he deletes that, I'm going to be so pissed.
No, it's staying in.
Let's see. Hideki Matsuyama.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I had him in a lineup last week. I mean, that dude, he could make a putt, which is good, which is weird because I'm going to go back to another guy that could make a putt that I actually put in here. But he was like strokes gained, tee to green, and approach. I mean, that approach alone. I mean, the dude was just like on fire. However, let's see. He did not He placed 12th at the Sony. So, of course, he didn't win a tournament in 2019, so he didn't get a chance to play Kapalua, but 12th at the Sony. I didn't like what I saw there last week. Again, this is going to be, I'm going to kick myself in the ass when I go back and talk about another couple of guys, because I'm going to be like, I do like these people, but yeah, I didn't get Hideki. I didn't get the Berger man, even though I don't think there's anything wrong with him. I couldn't afford him. So
he played well last week.
I mean, that's, I don't think there's anything wrong, but here's the thing. I think if you're starting in this, I think if you're going to pick somebody above $10,000, to me, I mean, don't you kind of got to go like English or Simpson, and they're going to be like heavy chalk, but I mean, they're going to score points. So, I mean, I went a complete different direction, and I'm like, I'm going down here, and I'm getting people that struck the ball well and that play these Hawaii courses well, and that's where we're going to wind up.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So anyway, you got any Sungjae action? I do not.
No, I liked the way he played, though. I think he's really kind of kicked it into gear after the Masters when he started inching his way back up that leaderboard, and I like the way he's starting off this season for sure.
Yeah, I mean, if Sungjae, definitely switched my leaderboard up here. If Sungjae makes putts last week, I mean, that guy's in, that's a whole different course for Sungjae. Sorry, my thing's moving slow, bud.
Yeah.
So he was 5th last week, and
this field, so Sungjae's $9,800. He's 19th shots gained total.
Sony,
yeah. 13th tee to green, 5th ball striking off the tee. He's 2nd around the green, 117, and putting 65. But yeah, I mean, really good. He's turned it around. Yeah. What else you got?
I lied. I told you I had I told you I had Cameron Smith, which he's strong on Bermuda. He plays well he plays well in windy conditions. I mean, just as far as strokes gain goes, he was 24th last week. I do not have him. I thought I did, but I reshuffled some things. So I did shuffle something versus what you thought I was going to have based on what you sent me. He won the Sony last year. So Cameron Smith winning, and here's why I went this direction. Cam Smith winning back-to-back tournaments. I don't know. Can he? It ain't. Hey, my car. I wish I had my card. My cards say probably not. Back-to-back wins. I mean, that's going to be aggressive, man. That's going to be aggressive. So I opted out of him, and I moved down to a guy a few places below. So no Cam Smith for me. I'm not saying anything bad about the dude. I think that's a hell of a ball striker. Yeah. And coming off of where he's at, clearly he can win the tournament. Putt's good on Bermuda and likes the windy courses. So you got the next guy.
I did take Answer at $9,400 in my primary lineup. Shots gained total last 24 rounds versus this field. He is 5th, tee to green 57th, ball striking 57th, shots short game 22, off the tee 44th, putting 16th, and DraftKings point 17. I like the way he's playing. And then you saw last week here he was at 17th and 13th at the Masters. 35th at the Zozo. He's been playing well. I think he's definitely showing some signs of moving up the leaderboard, like what I see in terms of the trajectory, and definitely think he's a play this week.
Dale Trail, we want you get on our show. We want to eat a hot dog with you. That's what I have to say about that. And you can put Answer in your lineup every week, and it's not a bad move.
Yeah.
I got some Palmer action, man.
Did you?
I got Palmer action, bro. Listen to this. Tournament of Champions 2020, 17th. Sony Open 2020, 4th. Tournament of Champions 2021, 4th. Zozo. I know, whatever. and it's a long time ago, but he ranked, but fourth, CJ. Anyway, I ain't going through all that shit. What I'm telling you is like, and Bermuda is his best surface. He's like average strokes. He's a good win player. I mean, the dude plays well out of the greens. Hey, when the rough is easy, the Ryans get going. That's all I'm saying, man. When the rough is easy, the Ryans get going. And I ain't talking about no Daniel Ryans either.
Oh boy.
But I'm saying, man, like this dude, and especially, so there was I don't think it was a lot of controversy last week. Questionable. Don't hate. Don't yell. I'm not saying that there weren't things that weren't offensive. What I'm saying was there was one incident where Ryan Palmer, he hit a shitty shot. He chunked a wedge, and he walks over. He's walking around, and he kicks it. And there's a divot that somebody didn't fix or repair or whatever. Or maybe it was his. I have no idea. And he kicks it, and they're like, "Oh yeah, well, sir, what? Excuse me, sir. Were you improving your lie?" And he's like, "Well, I mean, I could see how you would say that if the ball was at like 6 feet away and I'm not anywhere near the ball and I kick a clump of dirt." So he could have been improving somebody else's lie that was going to hit it in that same fucking spot, but that wasn't happening. And I could tell he was pissed when he was talking about that. And I think he continued to play well the rest of the tournament. And he really, and I think people, I don't want to say that I hope people, but I think people are going to see that as kind of a negative. And I think this might be a little sleeper pick in there. And that could be ridiculous for me to say that Ryan Palmer is a sleeper pick. But I think you've got like people like Webb Simpson and some other folks that I think people may gravitate towards. So I think he could be a little lean on the pick side. And this could be a dude that maybe, I mean, I don't know. I may talk about it a little later in our conversation.
Mm-hmm. Got Scotty?
God, I wish I did. I wish I could afford him. I love that man.
Kiz?
In fact, I do. You know the reason I have Adam Kisner instead of
Adam Kisner.
Adam Scott? Yeah, you know, I mean, I wish I could actually have an Adam Kisner. We just recently talked about the Kiz.
Mm-hmm.
So strong in Bermuda. Once again, I mean, I think this dude is one of those. I think his ball flight. I mean, I don't think driving is going to be one of those like, I mean, yes, of course, the farther you can hit, the better you're going to do. I think he's going to be fine with that. But he's not the longest hitter out there. I think he really plays the wind really well. So I hope everybody that I picked, I hope it's windy as fuck, man. I hope the wind is just like out the roof. But so 24th last week, and he was 4th last year in the Sony and 14th last year in the Tournament of Champions, which is something that I like to hear, that this guy is, he's a winner. He's a winner. And, and he puts good on Bermuda greens. So, I mean, this is a guy that he can score out here. And he finished well last week. He's on a hot streak. He was ranked second. Let me make sure. I'm on 50 rounds, so it could be different. Sorry, I didn't change that. But nevertheless, I mean, that doesn't make a fact of what he finished, right? So,
yeah.
But yeah,
it's a good play.
Yeah, so I got some kids. Yeah.
I really wanted to afford Russell Henley. I think he's going to play well, man.
I was telling you, I think he's going to play well too.
Yeah. Shots gained approach. He's first. He's 6th. Shots gained total. Tee to green 2nd. Ball striking 3rd. I mean, those are some serious numbers. That guy, I might have to go back and rethink this.
Well, I'm not going to rethink it, but that could be my one and done, because I think this could be. I think he could be a sleeper that places really well, and I don't necessarily need him to win, but Bermuda is his best surface. He plays decent in the wind as far as strokes gained. And where did he place that last week? Fantasy National. Oh, you can scratch that. He missed the cut. All right. I'll hold tight on.
So I don't have anybody. So I went for my 2 guys at the top. I went for 10-6 and 9-4 with Morikawa and Answer, and then I don't have anybody until I get to the 7s.
Oh well, hold on. Well, I got Zach Johnson.
Okay, good.
And yeah. So let me tell you. So he's 14th in DraftKings points. He's 3rd in putting, and he's where are you, Zachy boy? Oh, Zachy boy. So they don't have anything rated because he hasn't played. But anyway, he plays decent in the wind. I mean, the guy he ain't long. And he's accustomed to hitting. I mean, that dude is always having hit long shots, right?
Yeah.
But where are you, Zach? 28th last year. I think out of his, hold on, I got some. I did write down some stats. Like this. This is one of the dudes that's been. He's ranked he's placed in the top 25 in the past 3 or 5 years. I know that's skeptical.
So he's got some killer stats on Fantasy National. Last 24 rounds, 7th shots gained total, 4th short game, 12th on approach, 3rd in putting, 14th DraftKings points. I mean, it's a good solid pick for $8,500 for sure. Yep.
So 5 top 23 finishes in his last. So 5 top 25 in his last 8 events. And he actually had a good showing at in San Francisco.
Okay.
And I think this course is going to play a lot like San Francisco. Yeah, he placed 8th, and I think that's why I think Colin Morikawa is a good pick here, because I think this is going to be a lot of it's kind of that those tree lined and the rough isn't that bad. And, so, which I know you would be like, well, I don't know why Zach would play well there, but Zach usually plays well in Hawaii. So yeah, I think that's a solid one for him. And then I got an $8,100 guy. You got anybody at 8,100?
No, I don't, but hold on a second here. So
Kuchar, previous winner.
We apologized last week. We on DraftKings they had scratched Dusty and Sergio. Yeah, and I don't know why they did that, but we go off of what's live at the time we're picking these picks, and for some reason they had them scratched at that time, and that was not right. But anyway, I don't have him. No, I go down to 7,000. So anybody else in the 8,000 range that you consider for?
Sure. I said I stayed in the middle of the road, man. So Kuchar. Previous winner, I'm like, I don't know, maybe. I didn't go down that road. Sergio, based on what he did last week, I'm like, shit, I don't know. Am I missing something there? This could be a one and done for Sergio. Do I want to go that road? Bermuda, not even Bermuda. The putter is just his nemesis. But and he placed 11th last week. However, that's 11th at after some time to recover and not missing a cut and all that good jazz. So. And he didn't play this tournament last year. I mean, and understandably so, but he didn't have a reason to come in to play the tournament previous to the Tournament of Champions. So, of course, he wasn't making the trip to Hawaii to do that. I looked at Brendan Todd. I mean, that guy's ranked 1st in putting, looking at 24 pass rounds. Scoring wise, and I had him in the lineup last week. And I mean, even though the guys, it's not horrible. But ranked at 40th at $8,200, I moved on. You know what I did get some of? Oh yeah, I got some of Lanto Griffin.
Oh, did you?
I did. Yeah, all right. I did. Bermuda is his strongest. That's his strongest putting medium, and he plays well out of the wind. He placed 13th at the Tournament of Champions in 2020. He placed 7th in the Sony, and he placed 13th in the Tournament of Champions this year. So if I'm looking for a repeat, which shit, I don't know. I mean, what's the chances you're going to place 13th in the same tournament and then the same time? I wonder if we need to see if that's like a money bet we can put on there, because yeah. Anyway, that could be my guy, is Lanto.
Okay.
Could be my guy.
Anybody else in the 8s for you?
Probably. No, I got them all. But I can drop straight to 79 unless you got one.
Nope. Go ahead.
Yeah, going for the Aussie.
Oh boy.
Oh, the big Aussie.
Oh, didn't you play him last week?
Listen, no, I didn't play him. I don't think so. But I'm playing him this damn week. That dude was a ball strike. If he could have made a fucking putt, If he could have made a putt, if
he
he
likes
could
the
have,
wind. Yeah.
if he could have made a putt, loves the wind and
Mhm.
ball striking. I mean, that dude, I think he was like sixth or seventh in ball striking last week. If Leishman, I know we're looking at 24. If Leishman could have made a putt last week, that dude would have been on friggin' fire and he would have just ran through it. I mean, that dude was Bermuda's his best. He doesn't like the win. 24th last week. And let's see. Tournament of Champions 20. Oh, it's 2019. Oh no. But hey, look at this. Tournament of Champions 2019. He was fourth. Sony, he was number 3. I like that. I like backing it up just another year just to get a little something about the man. He was 28th at the Sony last year. If this man can make a putt, this could be my one and done.
Ah, okay. Nice. All right. I don't have him. I do have, so I go down to Kokrak at $7,700. I like Kokrak. I actually thought Kokrak would be more pricey than he is.
I did too. Yeah.
Yeah. $7,700 for him. I'm like, okay, maybe 8,300, but that's a little cheap. I'm gonna take that value. He's 10th in this field in DraftKings points, 4th in putting, 8th off the tee, and 20th in ball striking. I'm like, yeah, I like these numbers here. Last 24 rounds. Century last week he was 35th. He shot a 66 on Friday and a 70 on Saturday. And then at the Zozo he was 17th. CJ Cup, of course, he won. U.S. Open 17th. He's a heck of a ball striker. I just like what I'm seeing. I like him here. Who you got next?
So do I, sir. I got to go way down the board to get to my next guy.
Okay. I'm at $7,600.
Go ahead.
I got Si Woo.
Oh
yeah. He was last tournament he played was the Masters 31st. CJ Cup, he was 17th. Shriners 8th. Like what I've been seeing from Si Woo here in this field. Last 24 rounds. Tee to green, he's 7th. He's first around the green, 92nd putting, 31st DraftKings points. I like Si Woo here. I do. For $7,600, I think it's a good value.
Yep, I'm with you. I thought about Sabatini. I thought about Ortiz. He didn't really impress me that much last week from a scoring perspective. Mackenzie Hughes, I definitely didn't get near it. Taylor, I thought about the Gooch, but I'm like, I don't know. I think he's had a lot of time off, so yeah, I'm going to let him settle. Kevin Na, I mean, this is going to be one of those things. If it's windy, I think Kevin Na is probably a decent play here because he's going to be able to keep it down, and he's used to hitting longer irons into the green. Reevy, I don't know. Ches, I love you, brother. Come on the show. Let's talk about it. Let's see. JT Poston, maybe.
I took Russell Knox at $7,400.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's good. You're right. You were right there. The Mayakoba, he was 23rd. Didn't play well at the RSM, but then Houston 15th, Bermuda 16th. So I mean, Safeway 9th. There's a couple tournaments in the middle there that I didn't quite like, but I do like Russell Knox here at $7,400. 52nd in DraftKings points. 18th tee to green, 31st shots gained total. So it's a lot of green here for that kind of price point, and I think he'll play well
here. Yeah. Are you done, or you got another one?
My next guy is $7,200.
Yeah, me too. I think.
Oh boy.
Yeah, mine too.
Go ahead.
Well, I got the first one.
Mm-hmm.
So I went Cam Davis, and so he's a scoring machine, and I think this is going to be all about. Listen, so as far as Fantasy National goes, off of the past 24 rounds, he absolutely sucks around the green. However, I think it's going to be easy to hit. Easy is a relative term, but I think it's going to be he's in the lower half of the field to hit greens. Hit fairways. He's 4th in DraftKings points. He's 12th in putting, and I think that the course is going to be receptive. I mean, if I look at who's won, I look at what's happening, I think that this is a guy, and he plays really well out of the wind or into the wind or against the wind. Isn't that against the wind?
Bob Seger,
still running against the wind. Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it's like this is like a good Bob Seger song to me, and a glass of. I guess I need Detroit. Isn't he a Detroit guy?
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I don't know how Chattanooga gets to Detroit, but my point is, I don't think around the green is going to really jam him up, because the roughs I think are going to be pretty benign here. I think the trees, he decent driver of the golf ball. It's going to keep him in line. And, I mean, I looked at Piercy, I looked at Furyk, I looked at Snedeker, I looked at Sink, that I may be kicking myself in the ass for not picking Sink, because that dude just seems like he's in a zone of his own. He's got the kid on the bag, and, he's just in the right spot. But I looked at where Cameron Davis finished up last year, and I mean, the dude can score points. So I went that direction. That's where I think the money's at.
I went Sink for my last pick on my primary lineup here. Yeah, and you just touched on him. I think he's been playing great. Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to take that. I didn't know you went there, but
no.
I mean, I can't argue at all that's. I mean, that's hey. I mean, why a hot hand? Ride it, man.
Yeah, he shot a 69 and a 67 last week. He was 31st. Bermuda, he was 4th. Shriner, 64th. Sanderson Farms, he was 12th. He won the Safeway. I mean, he's been rolling for what it is for $7,200. I mean, that's a
so it's going to be interesting to see. Traditionally, this is a so last year 11 under 1, and then so 11, 22, 17, 17, 20, 23. But last year at 11 under, I mean, it was like windy as hell, right? I mean, you're playing in like British Open in the open conditions. So if it's windy, I think it goes one way. If it's not windy, I think it's going to go a complete other way, which goes to show you got Cameron Smith 2020 and Matt Kuchar 2019. I mean, there couldn't be two different golf players of playing, than how they're placing the ball and what's going to happen. So yeah, and I mean, I guess you could always say it's weather related, but I don't. It should be fun though, man. I'm excited to see golf back on. I'll tell you what I don't like. I don't like this damn Hawaii golf where it's like I know they're playing at I know they're at 11 o'clock. They're teeing off at 11:30. They've teed off. Like put the golf on, put it on something. I mean, I'm already buying like the sports package and all this. I'm like, why am I paying extra for this NBC Gold thing, and I can't watch golf? Like, why am I paying? Why am I paying for that? Like they've actually, and because I think they've stripped it down. I think in 2020 we had access to a lot more golf than we do right now. And maybe it's because it's in Hawaii and they can't get people over there, and they can't do that. Well, they've got people out. I mean, I'm confused because it looks like there's a hell of a lot of people out there watching golf. And I mean, it looks like there are more fans at last week's tournament of a limited field than I've seen at any tournament that happened in the U.S. So why are you not recording that and putting it up? I don't, that to me, I'm a little miffed about that I'm paying for a package and I can't watch golf.
Yeah, I know it's on really late. It was, it might be because they're in Hawaii. Yeah. They're coming back to the 48 here in a couple of weeks or a week or so. Yeah. So we'll be good. Calm down.
I don't need you rubbing their shoulders, Dan. I need you to be on my side here.
You know what? I'm going to be on your side. It is time for your one and done.
Oh no! You want to go first?
I can go first. I changed mine up like 4 times while we were talking through this thing.
I have two.
But I am going with the young guy. And who do you think I went with?
Colin Morikawa.
Nope. Close. Same age.
The Berger man.
Nope. Sungjae. That's who I went with. Absolutely.
God damn it. That's who I was going to pick.
Oh, come on.
I just said that. I just said you changed it because that's who I said. I can see what you're doing. I know what you're doing. I see what you're doing.
When did you say you were picking Sungjae?
Here you go, buddy. Here you go. I'm going. So I would consider this a limited field. And I'd say this is his. And I don't mean this disrespectfully, but I'm saying it's probably a really good chance. I'm picking Ryan Palmer.
Oh, nice. It's a good pick.
Ryan Palmer. And I didn't mean that disrespectfully. I just mean that looking at the field and looking at how you played in Hawaii and looking at who's here, I think he's got a good chance to whip some ass out there, man.
He's been playing so well, man. Really
I know.
The guy's been on fire. But I like the way Sungjae's been. His game's been picking up. I think he's on that. I mean, I can see him winning the Sony, right?
I know. I would have picked Sungjae. Other than I said, "Ooh, that could be my one and done," and then you went right back and said, "Oh, that's my one and done."
You want to switch? Okay. I'll take Ryan Palmer, and you can have Sungjae. Uh-oh, I lost him again.
We're not switching. Are you kidding me? Let's see. Did you freeze on me or did I freeze on you?
I think you froze on me. You told me your internet's fixed because you upgraded everything and it's been the worst in like
I've upgraded. Listen, no, I've upgraded. So my internet's now like $150 a month. And I bought like this $400 router thing. And every time I go to like my cable provider, my internet provider, and I click the thing and I said, take a look at it and see what's happening. They're like, everything's working perfect. And I'm like, there's no way you even have access to my internet because everything's frozen right now. Exactly. There's no way. You're using my cellular information to tell me that my internet's working great. I'm so pissed off about this cellular stuff. Hopefully we get an IT person soon. What are you doing? Did you put did you file for that job?
Oh yeah, of course I did.
For that job.
So we got coming up this week, Cal.
Let's see, man. We had a great chat with Rob Collins. I mean, I really had a good time. I can't wait. I hope we get a chance to play around a golf with that guy at some point. Except I don't want to do that heavy duty betting unless you're bringing the cash. Let's see. We've got. We're doing a product conversation this week. We're going to talk to Blue Tees rangefinders, which is about, we had some disconnects last year getting together, but I've been using using their rangefinder for the past 6 months or so. And I absolutely love it. I've got a few other rangefinders. I have not put another one in the bag, and that's, you have actually zip tied the rangefinder to my bag. That way it won't ever come unclipped. And then tomorrow night we've got Colorado High Mountain Rum from, I want to say Montana.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Montana rum. Yeah, we're gonna sample their Oro and their Platinum, and I think it's going to be some good easy sipping rum. So yeah, so we got some little product review coming up with Blue Tees. They've got tons of shit out there as far as like promo codes and discounts and stuff where you can find them. And I mean, no kidding, man. The one thing that broke, and a buddy of mine actually did that, but he broke the cord off of the case holder, and I just zip tied it to my handle. That way, I don't have to worry. I don't need to take it off. I just take it out of the bag. But yeah, so we got those guys coming up. I don't know who else.
We'll be dropping Cricket on Wednesday.
Ooh, Cricket's going to be a fun show.
Mm-hmm.
Rob's going to come out on Friday. No,
Friday. Yeah, Friday.
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
Rob. Yeah. So the mastermind, one of the masterminds behind Sweetens Cove is going to come out on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Good Lord, man, we've got so much stuff coming up.
We're inching our way closer to the players. Ooh, like what? Like 60 days out now.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we got to figure out who's coming out. Oh, Kez is coming out. Kessler Cairns coming on to do a blind tasting. We got a couple of, we're not going to release, I don't think we've released these yet. We got a couple of the caddies coming on to do a tasting with us. So that's going to be fun.
Mm-hmm.
We'll release them a little closer or we'll tell you who they are as it gets a little closer to the dates.
Yep.
But they should have. I did get a couple of messages that people started receiving their stuff, so they should be receiving. Somebody said they got a neat glass.
They probably did.
Hey, I mean, it could have been a really great guest. Could have been a great guest then. I mean, I get to talk to your ass all the time. I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying. The W.M. Brown Project is coming back on the show. So hopefully we'll get to sample, pour a few more samples with them. Yeah, we got a lot of people. A lot of people and a lot of shit to talk about. So we'll be back with you on, we'll be back, but we'll be back officially on Monday. I don't know if we're going to do many live shows. I think I've got a couple of live Instagram things that I'm going to do with some folks.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that we have any, I don't know if we're going to run a lot of stuff on Instagram when we do it with the guests, because we got a lot of guests coming up in a short period of time. So we're not going to be able to get them out. So we may hold those and release those when we do them. We may not do them live, but, Mickey, the Bourbon and Rye Club. We got to do because Dan is up my ass about it. We got to do just like his prostate doctor today.
Oh, good Lord.
When is the first of the year? I mean, it's something a man's got to do what a man wants to do.
Oh, good Lord.
But in all seriousness, we got to do Roadhouse, Bourbon and a Movie. So Mickey, yeah, we're getting with you, and we're gonna make this happen.
Mm-hmm. Just put it on the schedule. It happens when you put it on the schedule. That's what happens.
Well, nobody told me that. Let's see.
Right. I think we're good. Yep.
Hey, if there's anything that I've left out, it's only gonna get discovered in the bottom of this glass.
Cheers.
Cheers.